Blessed afternoon, everyone. So, as we welcome the year 2021 as the beginning of a new decade, Cup Coffee Republic brings you Brewing Live, Season 5, New Year, New Beginnings. So, Brewing Live is a community service of the Cup Coffee Republic, and we are now on our fourth month of serving in the digital space. Our heart as an organization is to fill your digital cup with great stuff that matters and ignite your space with opportunities for impact income and influence so that you can experience transformation in different areas of your life through the platform of life coaching, especially this time that the new decade is unfolding before us. Cup Coffee Republic is a coaching hub and the home of certified life coaches where inspiration begins and transformation happens through the platform of life coaching. Our physical space is located inside Pioneer Center along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City. Our hub is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily for your dine-in, pickup, and delivery of your premium drinks and nutritious food. Plant-based meals are also available to help keep you fit and healthy, especially during this time of the pandemic. For coaching services, we do offer coaching services on demand 24/7. Just connect with Coach Rizal through 0917 586 1661 anytime for the day and any day of the week. You may also visit our coaching hub for complimentary coaching sessions even without prior appointment. Thank you for joining me today. So please do tag a friend in the comments below and share this link to your FB timeline groups or your pages so that we can reach more people and help transform lives. If you are new to our FB page, please like and follow so you can get notifications for our future live streaming. DCAP Brewing Live is in partnership with Coach A Coaching Club, the premier club for coaches and entrepreneurs. Our mission as club members is to create massive impact by turning our talents into income and influencing the people in our chosen domain and territory through the platform of life coaching. The club is now officially closed for membership, but if you are interested to know more about how you can be part of Coach A Coaching Club, and benefit from this learning opportunity with Master Coach A, please again connect with Coach Rizal through 0917 586 1661 for you to get notified when the club opens again for membership. So, for today's episode, I'll be sharing with you starting new habits with fierce kindness. So, as we begin, I invite you to intentionally learn from this episode and earn wisdom, strategies, and techniques as you give generously to the advancement of life coaching and support fellow change agents in the practice of the profession. For any of your love gifts, you may click the link www.paypal.com/paypalme/brewinglive in the caption of this FB Live. Giving is earning the opportunity to be blessed and to be a channel of God's blessing. So I'm inviting you to say yes to the privilege of giving honor to whom honor is due. Thank you for your generous heart. So let's begin. First, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Coach Trisha O'Leary, an HR professional with 10 years in the field across different industries. I'm a LEAP Trilogy graduate and volunteer life coach with Innovate.org, formerly known as OCCI. And I'm a certified life coach with the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. And on a personal note, I'm a mental health advocate. I live with mild depression and anxiety and have been guiding others to deal with and live and cope and thrive with their mental health conditions. So let's get to the meat of the matter. You're most likely watching this because you're thinking, I want to make 2021 a different year for me. Or, like every year, you want to go with a New Year's resolutions. Maybe we gained a few extra pounds over the holidays or even the staying at home, working from home. Or we just feel like we need to change something about ourselves. We want to make more money, we want to hustle, we want to learn a new language even. Or we are interested like in the latest K-pop dramas, J-dramas, or even this new American drama called Bridgerton, where we just want to learn more about history, maybe even make our own costumes from the show. So we all make these resolutions. We want to change things, we want to build new habits. Well, more or less, we want to get a result. But the thing is, when we start with all these New Year's resolutions, it becomes a challenge to make them a reality. Why? It's because a lot of these New Year's resolutions we make are vague. I want to lose weight. How much weight do we want to lose? How will we lose it? Or even, I want to just be fit. What does fitness look like? A lot of times we make these grandiose decorations because they're just wants. I want to do this. I want to lose weight. I want to earn more money. I want to find a new job. I want a relationship. I want. When you focus on wants, that's what they remain wants. Because, and as much as you can say, I want something, you can also say, I do not want to do it. When you want something, it's very fickle. It's only when you have the feeling of wanting it do you start doing it. So, in the end, they're all just wishes. Resolutions are wishful thinking, wishing for a better tomorrow, a better version, just wishing. And again, like any want, wish, or the like, it's all vague. And when you wish upon a star, it's just a wish. It's not gonna translate into any result, any noticeable change, because in the end, when you just make a New Year's resolution, they are not concrete actions. Concrete actions are what creates results. It's what creates that dream, that wish, that want. Just wishing for it, wanting for it to happen won't make it happen. And because they're not concrete actions, resolutions are very easy to crumble. Like a house of cards or a pretty stack of dominoes, one false move and the whole thing comes tumbling down. It looks pretty to say, oh, I want to lose weight. I'm going to make 2020 my year, 2021 my year. I want to look strong. I want to look beautiful. And we can make all of these hype. Or even as basic, I want to be more productive. It sounds great in theory. But if it's just a resolution, just a wish, just a want, something very vague, one little misstep along the way, a discouragement, a failure, a mistake, it all comes tumbling down like a house of cards. So, if you really want to make changes, get those results, get those goals, don't make a New Year's resolution. Instead, focus on making a new habit. Create the habits that you want. And you're watching this wondering, hey, she said, let's create habits with fierce kindness. What's the difference of having a habit with fierce kindness? Many a times, habits are formed with just simple thoughts, all these productive articles. But when you add a bit of qualifier, this fierce kindness, that would be your competing edge. So, what is fierce kindness? First, we start with kindness. Kindness is, as always, being friendly, generous, and considerate of ourselves and other people. It's that kind gesture, action, or word that encourages us to be friendly, to be generous, to be considerate. Fierceness, on the other hand, seems like the polar opposite. A lot of times when we say fierce, we think people should be very rude, very cruel. But in one way, fierceness is actually just being assertive. A lot of times when people call you assertive, they don't know it's assertive. They'll just call you you're rude, you're forceful, you're abrasive. But it's just asserting what you want. It's asserting what you deserve. And that's why it leads to fierceness being passionate. A lot of fierce individuals we know, women or men alike, are people born of their passions. For example, Beyonce. Anyone we know Beyonce knows down in the comments, drop your favorite song in this. But I've always admired Beyonce. I love their songs. And when I underwent life coaching, it became the theme of my council at the time, where we called ourselves Team Beyonce. A woman so fiercely empowered, so passionate about herself, but still so kind. That was the kind of person we wanted to emulate. And one thing, fierceness is a force. It's very forceful. Because you're so ferocious, so fierce, you will force to get what you want. You will get it. So when you combine the two, Fierce kindness is this empowered force to create a better world for ourselves and others. It's easy to say just be kind. That's the favorite line of Cinderella and other people. But if you don't add a dash of fierceness, you will become a pushover. So being kind needs to be loving, friendly, generous, and considerate. But when you're fiercely kind, you are also assertive. You stand for yourself. You force the world to go with your flow. You force yourself to go for your goals. You are an unstoppable force, an empowered force going after your goals. So, with that, with fierce kindness with our hands, build a new habit. We, we can build more results, more resolutions, and actually make it more concrete. We build better habits. So, how do you start new habits? So, let's use my favorite example, losing weight. A lot of people say, I want to get fit, I want to get healthy. But how do we do it with fierce kindness? How do we start that habit? First, we have to focus on our uncompromising vision of success. A lot of times, we compromise ourselves. We say, I just want to be fit, but you don't clarify it. So you just say, pwede na. I just change to maybe dropping my favorite food, or I'll eat less, or like that. These are small compromises. They're not concrete. Again, concrete action is what we need. And sometimes we compromise on this vision of success, of what we want to happen. Like we let ourselves to get distracted, or we get distracted because it can be an excuse. I got distracted, so I didn't get my goal. I didn't build the habit. And worse, it can be an escape. We sometimes resist the potential successes of our life. We sometimes escape from the difficulty going for a goal, going for a habit. This is just much easier. So we need to focus. We need to focus on an uncompromising vision. Uncompromising means I want this so badly, it is non negotiable. It's not just a want, it goes beyond that. It's a non negotiable result. It must happen. And it is a vision of success. Vision means how it looks like. You know what it looks like, so you're motivated to go for it. And it's of success. You don't vision yourself failing. Like a lot of people say, I want to be fit because I don't want to be fat. You're looking already at the negative result that you're avoiding, you're running away. Instead, we challenge you to focus on a vision of what it would look like to succeed. For me, my personal goal for 2021 is to be able to lift 220 pounds over a distance of 1 kilometer at minimum, because my bigger picture, my vision of success is being able to carry my family in case of emergencies through a fire. It's an uncompromising vision because it's a must. If anything were to happen, I want to be fit enough to protect my family. And I will never compromise because it's my family. And it's my health. How can I take care of my family if I'm not healthy myself? So we need to always ask ourselves on what we're focusing on. What does our future success look like? Like I said with myself, it would look like a 150-pound woman with lean muscle running down the street of my village with my father in hand, who was around 220 pounds. Or even with the combined weight of my fur kids, my cats and dogs, would be around 160 pounds. So it's like that. It's very clear to me how it looks like and how non-negotiable, uncompromising that vision of success looks like. But for others, it can look other things. They want to get fit. Their vision could be, I want to see myself wearing this wedding dress in all its glory as I go down with the aisle, and it's non-negotiable. Or I want to be able to see myself run a marathon. I see myself running in the beaches of Boracay in this beautiful, healthy body, you know, so that I can be with confidence. So ask yourself, do you have a vision of what your future success looks like? Is it very obvious to you? Is it, again, then why won't you compromise on that goal? When you really have this vision of success, tell yourself, This is non-negotiable. I will make it happen. I will not compromise. Hindi yung pwede na. Those who compromise love the word pwede na. You know, it's okay. But this is good enough. We are always enough, but we deserve better. Of fierce kindness says we deserve a better life. We go for it rather than just say this is it. Pwede na. This is okay. So ask yourself the reasons why you won't compromise on this vision. Like with myself, my vision, compromisable vision, is because I want to always be capable to take care of my family. Because family matters to me. For others, they want to feel that love, that confidence in their healthy bodies. Ask yourself, why won't you never ever compromise on this vision of success? Because that's your starting point with starting a new habit with fierce kindness. Your vision and the focus. It becomes your direction. It becomes the thing that narrows, prevents distractions. Because when you narrow it, people can easily come and try and say, or even life says, oh, get distracted with this new hobby this time. You will ask yourself, is that part of my vision? No, I'll focus on my vision. I will devote my time to the life. So always focus on your uncompromising vision of success. Next, itemize to maximize. When building new habits and habits with fierce kindness, we gotta check your routine. Your current routine, your current habits aren't working because you're not getting the results that you want. But if you don't itemize it, what do you do when you wake up? As you go throughout your day, check yourself for a day, a week, as you choose your habit that you want to work on. From there, you can identify areas that are not working well, and where you would need support. Like for me, I am trying to build a fitter life because again, I want to lift. But in a time of pandemic, it's not so easy to go to the gym. Gym is a very focal point for potential contamination and whatnot. And it, if not, just triggers a fear in me. So it doesn't work. So I have to ask for support. So I'll take a shout out to some of my friends, my friend Mike and Marco, who are always encouraging me with food because it tells me that I deserve the food too and I want it. And at the same time, it tells me, hey, th- this is a reward if I will do well in my routine of fitness. And another area of support I asked for was an actual fitness coach. I have a coach for fitness, Robert Mariano. I'll tag him in the comments after this FB Live if you want to connect with him. Or even with Coach Mark Sebastian, Coach Marife Garfin. These are also other coaches who do great fitness coaching. So it's because I understand I'm not a fitness coach. I don't know the ins and outs of physical fitness. But the three of them, respectively, have their styles to help me. Because as I itemized my routine, I really didn't know how to be fit. I didn't know how to change my diet, change my food. So they helped me. Well, specifically, Rob helped me get a fixed schedule of online coaching. So we work at home physically. That's what works for me. Others, it's finding what works. So, and if you don't know it, find or ask for support. So that's why you gotta itemize. You gotta figure out what's not working and what's working. And sometimes, again, we're just doing certain tasks, jobs, the same way over and over again. Let's ask ourselves when we itemize to maximize, how can I innovate what I'm doing? I would like to introduce the concept of Kaizen. In a previous life coaching with OCCI, they taught me the concept of Kaizen. And even I encountered this in my job as an HR professional. Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning change for good. Two words, when combined together, means process improvement in the business setting. But what I've been taken from all of my learnings is that Kaizen is asking, how do I get the same result in a faster, efficient way? Can I ask for support to make that result happen? I can easily spend hours trying to research the best routine to do fitness. Or I get the help of a coach to help Kaizen that process by showing me routines that we can try together. Other types is asking ourselves, is there a tool or an app to help me do our goals? For some people, they want to work on financial fitness, like financial well-being, trying to learn how they spend money and the like. There are apps for that. I use personally one called Money Lover to help track my expenses and my income. At the same time, automatically generate my report so I can see where am I spending my money rather than wasting my time making a long Excel sheet and having to do more statistical things. But even for you, like, is there a way for me to do my cooking better rather than haphazardly planning a meal a day? Can I plan it for a week? Can I prepare meal prep in a day? It's always asking ourselves, how can we innovate, kaizen our routine, our habits, especially if you can make it more efficient. Because when you're able to itemize to maximize your time, you're able to give more time to the things that matter to you. So that would also, I'll say that if there are routines that aren't working and they're getting in the way of your new habit, maybe it's time to also check them, itemize those, and figure out, can I delegate? Can I get support? Or can I just find a way to make it more efficient? Or stick with the routine. Next, we also have to express our experience. So, as we go through building this new habit, as we start this new habit, we have to acknowledge the feelings and thoughts as we go through it. Is it an uncomfortable feeling? Do I like the feeling? Is it making me happy, sad, angry, fearful, disgusted? You know, what are the thoughts about it? What are triggered? Because from there you can see what works and what doesn't work. When it feels like it's not making me happy, ask yourself, what's not working? Is it the type of activity we're doing? Some people don't like, again, working in the gym because it triggers, for me, a feeling of fear. So, what works for me is working out at home with a coach. But it's asking yourself what would work. I know people who are just adding more steps to their day. It makes them feel better just walking, that feeling of getting their blood pumping. And it's understanding what doesn't work. Not everything works the same way. We may all be starting the habit of building our fitness, like mine. But what works for me may not work for another person. So as you acknowledge and express your experience, and I even encourage you to do it publicly, you're able to open yourself to feedback and accountability. First and foremost, with yourself. You give yourself feedback. Do I like what I'm doing? Again, is it working? Is it not working? What can I do better? Because when you allow yourself to have that feedback loop with yourself, you're able to process the experience and reinforce what you want to reinforce and get let go of what you don't want. You become more active as you engage with your habit rather than just passively say, oh, I'll do it for the sake of doing it. It's actively, oh, I like what I do, oh, I don't like what I do. And it becomes a more exciting process. And it's also an accountability. I really will not compromise on this vision of success. So I'm holding myself accountable on the experience and the results. And if you go public with your experience, a lot of people will be supportive. I have rarely seen people being negative towards people going for new habits. I've seen mostly words of encouragement or success. And if any negative comments, you then know who to keep in your feed, in your circle. But that's a topic for a different day. So again, express your experience to acknowledge what it is and to open yourself to your own feedback and accountability. You can express it in different ways, posting about it, writing a journal, or even just taking 1 minute after your habit to ask yourself these questions. What am I feeling? What are my thoughts? What works? What doesn't work? Am I hitting my uncompromisable vision of my future success? Then next, respect yourself. Respecting yourself means you respect your reason for your goal, your why. Why do I want this habit? What is the bigger picture? What is the goal? Respect it, cherish it. Because there will be times that as you go through your new habit, as it's the first 30 days, the first 60, the first day even, you will find discouragement. Be focused on your uncompromising vision of success, your reason for doing it. Respect it because you deserve respect. Respect your work. Again, fierce kindness is that empowered force to create a better world for ourselves and others. Your work matters. Respect that work. This habit is because you are worthy of that vision of success. A lot of times people let unworthiness get in the way. I get that. Even I have those moments. Like, what's the point of everything I'm doing? I don't deserve it. Then I'm reminded of my vision. I want to take care of my family. I want to be fit enough to carry them that 1 kilometer down that street. Respect that work. You are worthy. But respecting yourself is again acknowledging you have your strengths, what I do well. I do well with fitness trainings that focus on kicks, but my limits are anything that involves crunches. So sometimes I have to play it up. Or there are limits because I'm not feeling well. I'm a woman. There are times that my body does not agree with me monthly. And when those happens, I have to take a more kinder approach with myself. For men, it might be different. They might have different reasons. They may have high blood. They may already be of a certain weight. So of course, you cannot ask someone who's very overweight to do strenuous exercise from the get-go. It's to gently go that way. But you cannot do that without acknowledging and respecting your strengths and limitations. And overall, remember you're starting this habit for yourself, so you must always respect your overwhelming. Like a sprout pushing up from the soil. Remember that you need to be nourished throughout this process. And when I say nourish, it's with that the concept of himaspato, a gentle touch and a slap, a sharp slap, where you you push yourself to go for your goal, but at the same time you understand that there are things that I need to do to nourish. I want and love to be fit. So there are times I really have to be mindful of my eating. But I allow myself to still indulge in my favorite thing to do, which is drinking alcohol in limited amounts. And for fitness, it's there are days that I need to rest. You cannot always do intense workouts every day. For me, I have to flip it up with more gentle workouts, which is involves playing with my dog at home, or even just simple yoga instead of the more intense exercise I do with my coaches. So always remember, respect yourself. Next is connect your habit to a trigger. A lot of times, it takes some conscious effort, but human psychology loves the unconscious. There are times that we are able to stress that our body works automatically. We need to connect our habits to a trigger so that whenever the trigger happens, the automatic thing to do is the habit. So, what are certain feelings, thoughts, actions, people, or environments that would be your trigger towards your habit? Case in point for me, it's two things. It's an alarm to work out at 9 or gently work out, and it's my coach coming in and saying, "Hey, it's time for the workout." You know, because I had asked for support when I itemized to maximize. Remember, but another thing is that sometimes I feel very very down. Living with depression, I have my depressive moments. So when those moments hit, I just tell myself as much as I can. The automatic is when I feel sad, I must stand up. When I stand up, I must walk around. Not even the intense workout, but just to walk around. Finding that trigger to connect your habit will make it more sustainable. Another thing for me is I connected my habit with my mats in my room. If my mats are not on the floor, I won't think of exercises. But as long as they're on the floor, I'll always feel compelled to make them exercise. So sometimes when I'm alone, I'll leave my mats in my room. So the moment I'm done with my workout, my work for the day, and I see those mats, time to work out, or I start changing into my clothes. Other people like to see, oh, I want to change into this outfit. That's their trigger. I want to wear that outfit, so I'll work out. I want to post something. Find what works for you. Connect your habit to a trigger. It's automating it rather than forcing yourself to consciously, oh, I have to. But if it's like, oh yeah, it's 7, it's time to have it becomes more natural. The first few weeks with any new habits would be difficult because you're shifting, making new changes. But by automating the habit, you're able to make it easier. That's being kinder to yourself and being a form of kaizen. And it will be sustaining naturally. Because again, once you have the trigger, it triggers an action, the action triggers another one until, like a ripple on the water's surface, it just becomes wider. And in time, you will find that once you connect this habit to your trigger, you will not be able to live without the habit. It feels unnatural to no longer do the habit. So connect your habit to a trigger, automate the habit. And finally, embrace your new habit. When you're doing your new habit, distractions, let go of all of it. Find that environment, let go of your phone, whatever are your distractions, just be in that moment. You tell yourself, hey, this is time for workout, there 100%. Intensely dive into it. You start going into a sort of zen or flow mode as you get into the activity that you're doing. So once you dive into it, all else fades away. Your focus is there, your uncompromising vision, the work that the routine was fixed, item to maximization. It's again expressing yourself. Oh, I'm expressing. I'm in this moment. Like respecting that I'm worthy of this moment, and connecting it to the trigger allowed you to dive, to bring us here, to embracing this habit. So from there, you're able to let it focus, let it flow. Once you're in flow, this deep dive into your habit becomes so natural. And I mentioned that once you get used to a habit, it feels unnatural to not have it. Why? The most powerful thing you can do is to make it your identity. When you embrace your habit, you embrace your identity. It's not just a matter of a new choice, thoughts. Embrace that this new habit is who I am. So as we focus on building our habits, embrace it. For me, instead of saying I am a unfit person trying to change their habit, no, I am a fit individual. Well, in my case, I'm a fit woman who deserves to be able to take care of my family. It becomes my new identity. Building habits is the chance for you to metamorphosize like a butterfly into a new version of yourself. And for the metamorphosis of a butterfly, it is natural in a sense that it they just let it flow. It is who they are. It is part of them. That change is part of them. Everything they do till they reach that chrysalis stage is to make that identity a reality. So that habit of change is their identity. So just to recap my talk, focus on your compromising vision of success in building your new habit. Itemize to maximize. Check your routine. Find what works, what doesn't work. Ask for support. Make it better. Express your experience. Get feedback and accountability from yourself. Respect yourself. Respect the entirety of your experience, what you're going through, your why. Everything about this whole habit. Connect that habit to a trigger. Automate it. Make it as natural as a thing. The logical domino effect of encountering that trigger. Automate it. And finally, embrace your habit. So, for you to remember it, remember, stay fierce in building your habit. So, as we go on to this 2021, this new decade, and we build new habits, because once you get used to the process of building new habits and finding what works and not works, it will make success possible. Habits make success possible, and taking actions every day makes it inevitable. So, as you go forward in this life to build your new habits, I hope you start them with a bit of fierce kindness so that you can really ensure your success. So, if you want to connect with me further as a coach, you can follow my Instagram, my Facebook. So I have private Facebooks and the like, or even just reach out to me via B Cup Coffee Republic and Life Coach Philippines. So I'm almost everywhere. Okay. So I leave you that as we navigate a world that can be unkind to us, let's choose to be fiercely kind. Okay. So in behalf of D Cup Coffee Republic and Coach A Coaching Hub, we want to thank you all for being part of this journey. You can watch the replay of all episodes, including this one, from season 1 to 5, inside the FB page of D Cup Coffee Republic and Life Coach Philippines. You can also check on Coach A's iConnect YouTube channel for high definition videos of this episode, so you can see my pretty face. Or just again, research and revisit our lessons. So remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can also get new alerts when the new video becomes available. So I invite you tomorrow. Our next episode is Who Can Know What's Next by our master coach, Lakendra. So be sure to join us back at 12 noon. Again, thank you for your time. Love, bam, boom!